Hello and welcome to the third part of the magnetic particle testing. In the previous lecture session, we'll discuss the definition of the magnetic particle and basic properties of the magnetism and hysteresis loop, and we'll discuss on working principle and magnetizing techniques which we discussed already, and we already discussed the procedure of the magnetic particle. Now, today we will discuss on the equipment used for the magnetic particles. Today we will discuss on the equipments of the magnetic particles. So, students, let's start it. The equipment which are used in the magnetic particle, there are four type of equipments. One is simple equipment, large portable equipment, stationary magnetizing equipment, and large heavy duty DC equipment. So students, let's start with the simple equipment. The simple equipment for occasional testing of small casting or machine parts for detection of surface crack. Small and easily portable equipment is most convenient. For the inspection of welds, magnetic yokes are often adequate and very easy to use. They are able to give a strong feel to that portion of the part that lies between the poles of the yoke. The yokes are available for using with either AC or DC. In one model, permanent magnets are used. The latter permits inspections where no source of electric current is available, for where its use is not permissible because of the fire or explosion hazard in the area where inspection must be made. For longitudinal magnetization of shafts and spindles and similar articles, portable kits are furnished with a fixed coil covered with a heavy protective coating. So students, simple equipment means which is used for the detection of the surface crack on small casting and machine parts. The inspection of welds, magnetic yokes are often adequate and very easy to use. It is to give a strong feel to that portion of the part that lies in between the poles of the yoke. The yokes are available for using AC or DC. This is the simple equipment method. The next is large portable equipment. Large portable equipment is used where higher power is required or heavier duty cycles make the small kits inadequate. One of the smallest of this series operates at 120 volt AC and it delivers up to 700 amperes, either AC or half wave DC. Dual ports for direct contact are provided here. Flexible cable for making loops for longitudinal magnetization are included. Large unit with output up to 6000 amperes delivering either AC or half wave DC are used for testing, castings, forgings or weldments where such heavy currents are required. So students, large portable equipments are used for the higher power. It operates 120 volt AC. It delivers 700 ampere AC or half wave of DC. Dual ports are used for direct contact. Dual ports are used for the direct contact. So this is the large portable equipment. The next one, stationary magnetizing equipment. A large variety of stationary bench type units is available with various characteristics to fit different testing requirements. The the smaller size equipment is used for small parts that can be easily transported and handled by hand. The larger ones are used for heavy parts such as long diesel engine crankshafts where handling must be made by cranes. Such units are made to deliver alternate current or direct current with various types of current control. Students, this stationary magnetizing equipment is a bench type unit is available. Smaller size equipment used for small parts, larger one used for the heavy parts like long diesel engine crankshafts where holding must be made by the crane, handling by the crane, and it deliver AC or DC with various types of current control. So this is the stationary magnetizing equipment. The next one, large heavy duty DC equipment. Very versatile types of heavy duty stationary equipments are those direct current units designed for application of the overall method of magnetizing for the inspection of very large and complicated casting. Rectified three-phase AC is delivered with current values running as high as 20,000 amperes. Such high currents are needed to magnetize at one time an entire casting, which may weigh many tons. Another feature of this unit is that we deliver currents separately and in rapid succession through three circuits. This making it possible to locate crack in all directions in one operation itself. The system is known as multidirectional magnetization. By means of electromechanical switching, demagnetization can be accomplished by utilizing one circuit in conjunction with reversing DC and a 30-point step down switch. So students, the large heavy duty DC equipments rectified 3-phase AC current running as high as 20,000 amperes, separately delivered current in rapid succession through three circuits to locate cracks in all directions. This is known as the multidirectional magnetization. Demagnetization can be accomplished by means of electromechanical switching. So these are the equipments used for this magnetic particle testing. So the next one is sensitivity. Magnetic particle testing methods are sensitive means of locating small and shallow surface crack in ferromagnetic components. Many incipient fatigue cracks and fine grinding cracks having sizes less than 0.02 mm deep and surface opening of 1/10 of that. Or less can be located using magnetic particle testing. Detectability generally involves a relation between surface opening and depth. A surface scratch which may be as wide at the surface as its depth usually does not produce a magnetic pattern, although it may do so at high level of magnetization. Because of many variables, it is not possible to establish any exact values for this relationship. But in general, a surface discontinuity hole depth is at least 5 minutes opening at the surface will be detected. Exceedingly wide cracks will not produce a particle pattern if the surface opening is too wide for the particle to breach. If the defect, short, are usually cracked, comparatively low level of magnetic force will give sufficient buildup. However, to find minute cracks or subsurface flaws, the flux level should be high. Theoretically, a level just below saturation would give the most sensitive result, but this is impractical owing to the non-regular shapes. of the components encountered. In practice, lower level are quite adequate and accepted standard is about 40% of saturation of the material being tested. Sensitivity also depends on the types of current used. Various tests have conclusively proved the prove this information, that is, alternating current or AC magnetization is most effective for surface defect. AC magnetization is most effective for surface defects. AC magnetization is not effective for subsurface defects. AC magnetic is most effective for the surface defect, but it is not effective for the subsurface defects. DC must be used for the subsurface defects. Half wave DC gives superior penetration as compared to straight DC. Half wave DC dry methods gives the greatest penetration. Half wave DC gives superior penetration as compared to the straight DC, and half wave DC dry method gives the greatest penetration. So students, sensitivity is many when fine crack of size less than 0.02 mm depth can be located using the sensitivity of magnetic particle testing. It not only involves crack detection but also allow us to locate wide range of defects like detecting segregation, macro inclusion, mark generated using stamping operation, lapse in the threaded section. Sensitivity depends on the type of current used. AC magnetization suitable for the surface defect. Sensitivity depends on the types of current used. AC magnetization suitable for the surface defects, but not for the subsurface defect. DC magnetization is good for the subsurface defects. Half wave DC gives superior penetration than straight DC, and this half wave DC dry method gives the greatest penetration. After the sensitivity, next is benefits. Why we use this? This is immediate indication of defect. Immediate indication of defects. It shows surface and near surface defects. This magnetic particle testing shows surface defects and near surface defects. Adapting for site or workshop use. It is adapted for the site or workshop uses. Inexpensive compared to the radiography. It is inexpensive compared to the radiography methods. Larger or small object can be examined in this method. So these are the benefits of the magnetic particle testings or MPT. T. Then everything beside the advantage, there's some limitation. So what are the limitation of this magnetic particle testings or MPT? It is restricted to ferromagnetic materials. It is restricted to only for the ferromagnetic materials, usually iron and steel. It needs a supply of electricity to continue this testing. It is sometimes unclear whether the magnetic field is sufficiently strong to give a good indication. It cannot be used if you think paint coating is present. If paint coating is present, so it cannot be used. Some of the paints and particle suspension fluid can give a fume or fire problem. Some of the paints and particles suspension fluid, paints and particle suspension fluid can give a fume or fire problem. So students, this is the entire thing of the magnetic particle testing. So the magnetic testing we have learned about its definition, the definition of the properties of magnetism, studying on hysteresis loop, working principle, its procedure, magnetizing techniques, magnetizing techniques, then equipment used for the MPT testing, then sensitivity, its benefits and limitation. So this is the magnetic particle testings. So thank you class, thank you so much. Still then, for the next lecture session, stay at home and stay safe. Thank you so much.